So we're going to keep talking about how persuasive essays compare to personal essays. Yesterday, everybody should have developed some persuasive thesis statements that they might like to write a persuasive essay about. And hopefully you selected one of those and started to come up with some reasons that you could use to prove that thesis. So by now you should have a boxes and bullets plan for your essay. If you do not have a thesis statement and 3 reasons figured out, then stop this video, go back to the last post in Google Classroom and either watch that or finish following the directions in those 2 videos, because you need to have your thesis statement and your reasons done before you can move on to this lesson. First thing I want you to do is think about what you already know good opinion writers do. So what I'm going to have you do is either brainstorm a list with a partner, if there is a partner available right now. If you are the only one doing this lesson and there's nobody available to work with you, then you're just going to write down a list in your notebook real quick. You're just going to brainstorm everything that you know that good opinion writing should have. So what do we know about a lead? What do we know about elaboration? What do you know about evidence? Brainstorm that list while you pause the video. And then after you've racked your brain and thought of everything that you can, come back and play the video and we'll move on and take a look at some of those items. So pause now, make your list. Okay, so you should have your list of good opinion writing characteristics figured out. Let's take a look at some of the things that hopefully you have in your list. We need to make sure we're indenting our paragraphs for each reason. So every time you start a new reason, you should have a new paragraph, and that paragraph should be indented. So skipping a few spaces into the line so that the paragraph is clear for your reader. Using transition phrases to glue your reason together. Remember, we have that chart on the front board that talks about phrases like in addition, for instance, also, another example. So using a variety of transitions should hopefully be something that you put on your list. If you don't have all of these items, you don't need to add them in. I have already collected them here for you. So you can just listen. You don't need to write them down. Make sure that your essay makes sense to your reader. All of your writing should make sense. You can use mini stories as evidence to support your reasons. So when you think of a reason and you have a personal experience that matches that reason, you can use a small moment story to help support that reason. You want to make sure you have several reasons to support your thesis. So ideally, 3 or 4 would help make a stronger case in your opinion essay. Your best editing, when you fix up your spelling and punctuation, it makes it easier for your reader. Of course, you want to make sure you have a lead and an ending, and those leads and endings need to be purposeful. You want to draw your reader in the lead, and in the ending, you want to wrap everything up so that your reader leaves your essay having learned something or thought something about your topic. Make your essay cohesive. Everything needs to flow and go together in a way that makes sense and feels right. And in your persuasive essays, you're going to have many different types of evidence. So not just personal stories, but also evidence from experts or from other students or general knowledge. So lots of different types of evidence. All of these things are going to apply to your persuasive essay as well. You're just writing to a different audience and for a different purpose. But how you build your essay will be very similar to what you've already done for your personal essay. So here is your plan moving forward. You need to think about a topic you want to explore more. You should have already done that by the time you've gotten to this point. And then plan how your writing might go. So you have your 3 reasons. Kind of think through a boot camp in your head. How would you support those reasons? What would the flow sound like? Almost write it in the air, just mentally going through that boot camp structure and thinking about how your essay might sound. And then figure out what evidence you need to gather and organize. Do you need a story from a friend to support a reason? Do you need to consult a research article? Do you need to get information from a book? Do you need to survey some other students? Where are you going to get your evidence from? Gather that and start to organize. Think about what you might be using to support your reason. And then flash draft it. I don't care if you do this in docs or in your notebook, but it should be fast and furious. Get that essay down on paper. Of course, after you've finished, use that checklist to revise. Make sure that your evidence is supportive, that it matches your reason. You should be making sure that you're making your reader care about your topic. And does it flow well and make sense? Those are things you should be thinking about when you're revising your piece. And then, of course, edit, fix it up the best that you can so it's easy for your reader to understand and to read. I will make a copy of this slide and post it right onto Google Classroom so that you can see all of the elements of opinion writing that you should make sure carry over into your persuasive piece, and also the list of tasks, the order that you should be completing this in. You don't have weeks to work on this one like you did the last one. You've got 3 days, so get busy.